Has inflation got you feeling deflated? Well, don't despair, because today we're going to talk about helping your lungs stay inflated without inflating your therapy costs or the complexity of your CPAP regimen. Did you catch that? Well, hi there, I'm Ruben from Respshop.com, your online retailer for everything CPAP. And today we're going to take a look at the recently released ResPlus Auto CPAP machine from Beyond Medical. This could be the ideal option for any of you watching who want a simple machine that is very easy to navigate, that prides itself on its no-frills approach and usability, and sells for less than most travel devices. Even though it might look a bit like a robot's lunchbox, this unit has a charm all of its own. But looks aside, here are some of the reasons why it might be easy for many of you to appreciate the hidden beauty of this device on the inside and for your bank account. So here we go. The ResPlus Auto CPAP machine is one of the most affordable at-home devices, with some units costing more than double the price of the ResPlus. So straight away, if you are new to the world of CPAP therapy and want to try a basic machine to see how it impacts the rest you get at night before committing the big bucks for that, pardon the pun, dream machine, then the ResPlus could be a great starting device. Or perhaps you've learned from experience the difficulty of when your daily CPAP device needs to be repaired. You can now have a low-cost backup device. Or, shameless plug, you could rent a device from Respshop.com. Or maybe in a crazy, hypothetical world, there's been an event recently that's meant a unit you owned was deemed unsafe to use and was recalled. If you know, you know. These are just a couple of reasons why we recommend having a backup unit if at all possible, and the ResPlus is certainly more than capable for deputizing as your main device when needed. But it could also be much more than that for certain users, as although the lower price tag means it comes with fewer bells and whistles, depending on what you want from your machine, that might actually be a good thing. It certainly makes this one of the simpler CPAP devices you can buy without compromising on its core functionality. Everything about this device is designed to be clear and obvious and as free from distractions as possible. Touchscreen? Nope. Wireless communication to the cloud? Nada. Solid algorithms for consistent, reliable CPAP therapy, a humidifier, and easy navigation? You betcha. Like I just mentioned, as far as simplifications go, one thing this machine lacks is Wi-Fi capability. All your monitoring data is physically stored inside of the unit and on the provided micro SD card. So while your data can be viewed on the display, you won't be able to, or won't need to, see your data on a smartphone app. But you can always remove the micro SD card and give it to your physician if you need to, or pop it into your computer and it will auto-generate your sleep report. Another limitation or liberation, depending on how you look at it, is the old school, highly intuitive button dial menu system. There is no touchscreen here, and the large 3.5-inch bright color display makes it easy to navigate, and the words and symbols are clear and easy to read. But don't worry, the screen will dim when you aren't interacting with it after a period of time, so it won't be a nuisance. Below the screen, there are two buttons and a pressable dial. One button is for starting and stopping your therapy, the other is for muting machine alerts, and the pressable dial handles menu scrolling and selection. Simple. Now, the ResPlus Auto is, as you've probably guessed, fully automatic, which means it has an internal algorithm that will adjust the pressure of the airflow through the night based on your breathing patterns. But if you ever wanted to operate as a manual CPAP device, there's an option for that too in the menu. Another menu feature is the ability to enable or disable the auto on and auto off functions. Auto on will begin therapy as soon as you begin breathing into your mask, while auto off does the opposite. Two other features worth a mention are Belux and Ramp. Belux allows the machine to reduce air pressure when you exhale, making breathing more comfortable, and can be set at one of 3 varying levels of reduction. This is a nice feature, but before using it, be sure to contact your physician. For general advice, you can also contact Respshop. We have sleep therapists, polysomnographic techs, and a nurse on staff to assist however you need. As I say at the start of each video, we are a full-service online retailer for CPAP. The ramp setting is for those that find it uncomfortable to receive the maximum pressure of their prescription as soon as they put on the mask. Turning the ramping on keeps the air pressure low when you first wear the mask while you go to sleep, slowly ramping it to the correct level over the course of up to an hour. This way you'll be fast asleep before the pressure gets to the prescribed level. As far as the unit itself goes, it has some nice design elements that make using it that bit more convenient. Even though the unit is on the large side, a simple push of a button allows the humidifier to be detached from the rest of the unit. This is great if you're traveling with space concerns and don't need the humidifier. It also makes cleaning the humidifier and water tank that little bit easier. Talking of the water tank, you shouldn't have to be concerned that your chamber is going to run dry after 6 hours of sleep. There's nothing worse than having to get up in the night to refill it, or skip that and wake up with a dry mouth. This humidifier will allow those of you to have the long sleep you've been craving, knowing that humidifier can handle the water consumption of that. In fact, the water chamber can potentially hold enough water for 2 nights of sleep, depending on your humidity level. Remember to use only distilled water in the humidifier of any CPAP device, including the ResPlus. It can also be conveniently filled through the top of the unit, so there's no need to open the tank unless you're ready to clean it. And speaking of cleaning, you'll want to clean the humidifier weekly, along with whatever tubing you are using with the unit. Whenever cleaning these items, it's a good habit to also check the quality of the disposable foam filter, which is found at the back of the machine. This filter should be cleaned whenever dust is visible on its surface. Wash the filter in the same way that you do for the humidifier and tubing, with warm, soapy water, and then air dry. The machine ships with 2 filters, and they should be replaced at a minimum of every 6 months. But if you live in a dusty environment or in a home with pets, it's quite likely that you'll want to replace them more regularly than that. Now, I said the unit lacks bells and whistles, but it does have an alarm. The failure alarm on the machine will sound to alert you of troublesome things like power failures, low voltage, air blockage, high leak, humidification failure, or even if the micro SD card is full. And remember that mute button I told you about earlier? Well, if this alarm goes off, you now know how to mute it. You can also prevent the alarm from sounding in the settings menu if you are someone whose mouth can drop open while asleep, as you may find that this is enough to trigger the high leakage alarm. But other than that, the alarm is a helpful noise to have for important occasions. The machine is very quiet at under 30 dBA. This is possible thanks to German technology, which includes a high quality blower and fan blades, along with a silenced air channel. All in all, this is a solid, reliable machine at a great price. It's simple, convenient, and kind to your bank account. It might just be the best robot lunchbox you never knew you needed. Well, that about wraps up our video for today. If you liked this video, if it was helpful, please do hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. If you have any questions about anything we've covered today, other CPAP equipment, or your sleep therapy, then give us a call or visit our site. And until next time, sleep tight. Bye friends.